Hello everyone and welcome back to Mills Golf. And if you like what I do on this channel, go ahead and smash that subscribe button 300 yards for me, because I hope you already know your support is greatly appreciated. So, what I want to do today is I want to do a little course management today. I've been thinking about it a little bit, and it's something that I've actually struggled a little bit so far in my game this year. So I'm going to talk through a little bit what my ideas are about course management a little bit. We're going to play a few holes, and we're going to see how we get on. So let's try this out. So right now I have a par 3 in front of me. It's about 160 some yards, 165 from here, but it's downhill. The wind is kind of dead a little bit today. It's a little abnormal for this golf course, but it's a little dead today, and it's a little down. So what I'm thinking is that a good 165 for me is around, say, an 8-iron, let's say. Okay, so that about be what it would be if it was flat, dry testing. That's what it would be. So what I'm thinking now is, okay, it's a good 30 feet, 40 feet downhill, adds a little bit of distance. It's a little downwind, adds a little bit of distance, and for some reason this hole likes to skip forward on me. So like when it lands, it just goes forward. That's just for me knowing the golf course a little bit. So so from there, I'm gonna club down twice. I got a pitching wedge in my hand, and I'm just gonna try to hit this pretty firm and try to get it on the front, or on the front fringe, try to get skip forward. That's the idea here. Let me get a ball real quick, and we'll see how we get on here. This is a difficult hole. Obviously, you can't really miss it. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's quite a bit of water there, and let's see how this goes. That is cold. Stay dry. Might have stayed dry. We'll see how that goes. So I see you guys up near the green. Alright, as we're walking up near the green, we hit back there. And I was incredibly short there. As you guys can see, the strike wasn't perfect. See, I am playing a little sore from working out yesterday. But this is a good day to work in course management anyway. So yeah, so that's it there. Now what I want you guys to see is that my clubbing, even though that strike wasn't perfect, wasn't that far off, but it's pretty not right. I'd probably see the same idea of a shot with one club more, just from up there, kind of landed up in here. Maybe up on the front, because the pin's all the way in the back. But I don't know if you guys can see the slope. It's really hard to see slope on greens off of cameras, especially these kind of cameras. But this right here, there's a big ridge right here, and it all funnels down that way. So knowing that, the idea for this first shot is try to land it up in here, because then it's just going to scoot forward, maybe get to the middle, which obviously with all the water around here, as you guys can see, would be a decent shot. But we messed that up. So what are we thinking now? We're not getting mad at ourselves, right? Because we know it was just a missed club. It wasn't quite. It was partly the execution and partly the club choice. But I feel like if the execution was a bit better, it would have ended up in a little bit better of a spot. So now we know that. We got to decide what club to hit from here. And the ideal situation here is that we get it landing on the green, because most chips around here, if you guys didn't watch my keys to the short game video, go ahead and check that out. I think I displayed how I chip and my ideas on chipping decently in that video, so go ahead and check that out if you haven't seen it already. But if you guys see here, I don't know how good you guys see that, there's a ridge right here, kind of similar to the one up there. It just shoots forward off of here. But as you get up into this area towards the pin, it gets quite a lot flatter, and it kind of likes to roll towards that stake right there. So from here, I'm thinking, well, I'm not gonna land on the fringe, because it might just check and sit like right up here, and obviously that's a bogey right there. Okay. So then from there, I'm thinking, okay, where's my landing spot? So chipping is all about landing spot relative to how much spin you're getting. and how much rollout you're getting. So I'm thinking if I land it up around here, okay, again, granted that is a pretty difficult little landing spot for me, but if I get there, it should skip forward a few times and end up going towards the pin. So I'm gonna go up and hit this shot. Then you guys know kind of what my thought process is behind this shot, and we'll see how we execute it. All right, so now we're at this shot. As I said before, I'm trying to get it on that landing spot that I showed you guys up there. We'll see if I can do it. I think it's the first chip of the day. No, I think it's the second chip of the day for me. So we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna land it around my landing spot, or it's not gonna end up being good. So. I was right on my landing spot, but the trajectory wasn't quite right. It was a little low, so it kind of fired off that little slope I showed you guys up there. It needed to be a little higher. Well, it wasn't a terrible shot. I mean, for the second chip of the day, I would definitely take that. So yeah, we'll head up there and see if we can make a putt. All right, so as we're walking to this putt, I'm a little softer voice because there's some guys playing over there. Again, not terrible, but definitely I need a little higher trajectory to be able to get that to stop a bit quicker. I don't know why I've hit my wedges so low lately. That's beside the point. So here's the putt I have. So this is about, it looks a little bit longer on camera, but it's about 8 feet or so. And if we get down here, I don't know how good you can see the slope, but it likes to go that way. It's kind of, it's all sloping towards the water. So the water's over here. There's water over here as well, but this whole green likes to fall towards that water hazard. So as we're going through and reading a putt like this, we have to figure out, okay, am I uphill or downhill? First of all, so how we do that is go to the side. So we go to the side and we check this out. We get down here, we say, well, which one's higher, the hole or the ball? And as you guys can see, the hole is definitely higher than the ball by a fraction bit. So we know it's coming uphill going that way. So now we have an uphill putt, you can see. And a lot of times you can judge that just by walking over, walking around the line. But you always want to read putts going uphill, because downhill reads tend to portray your mind a little bit. It tends to kind of make things a little bit harder. So now we're looking at this putt uphill, and this putt likes to move towards any putt likes to move towards low areas. So if it's bunkers, water hazards, if you see a mountain in the distance where you live, there's a mountain, it tends to go away from the mountain. Things like that. You like to look around for that to see where these putts might have subtleties in them. However, here, it's just open land, you know. There's nothing really special here. All there is a water hazard on both sides, but again, it likes to fall towards that side. So this putt is uphill, right to left. Okay? So let's see if I can make a putt. Because my putting isn't the greatest in the world. So let's see if we can make this putt. All right, on this putt, as we said, it's gonna be moving just left to right, maybe just left edge. I'll say I'm one-handing that. It almost went in, just for the sake of the video. So yeah, those are the kind of the ideas on how that par 3 would be played for me. Obviously, it was kind of the tee shot that was kind of the poor execution on that hole. I did one hand that putt, so there's a possibility I could make that putt with two hands, but you know. So let's go to this par 4. We'll play this par 4, and I think that might be it. Because I gotta get off this golf course pretty soon because they have an outing out here. You know, recording this on the weekend, so they tend to have outings out here. So, see you guys in the next tee. All right, so we're now on the next tee. This is a par 4, going down pretty much dead straight, water on the right. So when I have a par 4 like this, I'm really thinking about kind of what number do I want after it. So if I'm going to hit this tee shot, how long am I going to hit this tee shot and how much I'm going to have in. It's kind of working more, thinking forwards and not backwards. Kind of the idea. So I have a 2-iron in my hand right now. This TMB 2-iron I love so dearly. And the idea for me is this hole's about 380 yards. It's kind of down breeze. I usually hit this ball with the club about 250 carrying, about 260 total, usually on a dry, normal day, traditionally. So now I'm thinking, well, I'm going to get like 10 yards off this wind. So now I'm thinking about 260 carrying, 270 total. With a 380 hole, it's about 110 in, which is kind of what I like to see. So that's the idea. See if I can get my body to do something good today. Rough, but it's fine. Slight pull because I'm struggling to get any speed today. So, yeah, slight pull. We'll see where that ended up and see what number we get after that. It'll be interesting to see. Another thing, as we're walking up to this next shot, another thing that's really important to keep in mind with course management and just playing the game is just how fast you're walking. What's your tempo? What's your speed? Generally for me, like for example, we'll take the last tournament round, for example, I played. Last tournament round I played, I shot 77. I wasn't that happy about it. Only because the golf course really wasn't that difficult. But it's just I wasn't executing that great. What was interesting about that round is that first 9 I shot 37, but I was 1 under going through 8. Alright. And I was kind of walking this pace. I was walking not slow, but smooth. I was very calm. I was very tranquil in the way I was just walking, going about my business. I was 1 under going through 8, and I was on 9's tee, feeling great. And then I hit the tee shot, okay? And the tee shot goes slightly right, and there was a tree that's just beyond the tee that was just in the target line. And I just decided to nail it, and it went backwards, okay? It's a true story. Went backwards. Excuse me. So, being as I am, I hit a provisional because I wasn't sure. Mainly because I wanted to hit another ball. And I hit my provisional. Provisional's fine. I go up and I find my ball. But when I go to find my ball, I'm walking more this speed, okay? As you can see, the clicking's faster. I'm walking faster. The issue with walking faster, after being at your normal tempo the way you usually are, is that it changes everything. It changes how fast you're swinging, changes how fast your transition is, and sometimes that could be the case of hitting poor or good shots. And for me, it definitely is. So I went through that stretch, excuse me, that started 1 under through 8. Then I was, let me think, man, I think I was, 6 over through my next 6 or 7 holes after that, and then I finished 1 under through my last 4 or something like that. Something like that. Excuse me. After I got my tempo back. But if you notice, in those 6 holes or whatever, I was walking faster. I was doing everything quicker. I was a little agitated, and it didn't quite work out for me. And it's really key for everyone just to stay in your mood and your tempo, because that's almost everything in this game. You can work for hours and hours and hours, and if you can't control your tempo and your mood out there, then you're not gonna play well. So we'll see how we can do on this next shot. How about that? So we're at our next shot. I have my Bushnell laser rangefinder, and we're gonna see how much we got. Look at that. Got 105, which is about 5 off of what I was thinking I wanted to get. So now I have the number about what I want to have. So that's the ideal. I am in the rough, but the rough isn't that penalizing out here. And it's good that we got our number. And that's really, really, really important when playing this game, is getting the numbers that you like. So for me, this is a 56. It's pretty much a full 56, but the issue is that there's a little downwind like it was in the tee. So it's gonna be slightly softer, but still it's a nice number for me. So I'm glad about that. So let me grab my 56 real quick. Try not to joggle your little viewing area that much. Got stuck. Hold on. I'll fix you guys here. Sorry about that. All right, so I got my 56. And the idea is to hit this a little bit less. And to do that for me is just having a little shorter backswing at the top. That usually generally gives me less distance, less leverage, you know. So, man, I'm sore. So we're gonna see how this goes. It is a tucked pin there. I don't know why they have it so far right. Played that well. Full left. Yeah. Probably short of pin high, but pretty close. So yeah. So you guys can see that a good number for me generally equals a good shot most of the time, like I've been saying. A good number is everything when you have approach shots. It's really, as long as you have a good solid number that you know you can be aggressive on, this game will be a lot easier. So see you guys up near the green. Oh, that's a lovely shot. Very, very nice. So I see that all day long, that's for sure. So yeah, it was well executed. I took a little too much off of it, but to be honest, I missed it about, oh, I don't know, about 10 feet left, 12 feet left. So having being a little short is actually pretty decent on this hole. Gotta fix the pitch mark. Don't forget to fix your pitch marks, guys. I saw a stat the other day about fixing pitch marks. Yeah, if you fix it within about 10 minutes of it, there's a guy coming up, so I gotta do this quickly. So I'll tell you that in a second. But this putt generally goes uphill left to right. If you guys see, obviously go up a little bit. There's a ridge, and again, it likes to fall towards the hazards. So that's the idea going into this putt. I was looking at the screen as I was doing that. That's pretty good speed. That's a gimme, right? One-handed? Yeah. I'd call that a gimme one-handed. Yeah, it is. Alrighty. So yeah, that was a well-executed par. The tee shot was missed slightly, but if you notice, as long as you have the good number, generally you can control it enough to be able to have a good chance at a birdie. So yeah, that's the idea. And we'll go ahead and wrap this up. So that was a little bit of a course management playing video. So I know it's a little different than what we're usually doing, but I figured I'd change it up today. You know, it's a nice summer day, no clouds in the skies, so it's really nice out here. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys maybe learned a little bit something from that. It's my opinions generally, obviously, because it's my video, but generally that's for me. That's the keys for me to be able to play my best golf. So by the way, no collar. That's awkward, isn't it? Yeah. Do you think golf shirts should have collars? This doesn't, and I usually wear collars, but this is kind of nice. So if you guys leave a comment about down below, I'd actually really like to see what you guys think of if you should have a collar on the golf course, or if you shouldn't, or if you wear like one of these Nike shirts that don't have a collar but still are kind of the golf feel. If that's okay as well. I'd love to see what you guys think about that as well. So go ahead and leave a comment down below for me. And if you guys like what I do, again, go ahead and smash that that subscribe button 300 yards for me. I'm looking at my analytics lately, and like 90% of you aren't subscribing, which is really odd because I hope you guys are liking my videos as much as you possibly can. So go ahead and smash the subscribe button for me because I would really appreciate it if you would. I'm doing this mainly to practice, because I want to be a PGA professional someday, and I'm gonna graduate high school pretty soon, and go on and try to get my PGA professional card. So yeah, so through that, I like to display some of my opinions on the game of golf as well through these videos, and maybe once I become a PGA professional, then through this, I'll be able to do a lot more teaching through this as well. So it's just a thing that I like to grow a little bit. So your support is always greatly appreciated. Just hope you guys do not forget that. And thank you guys for watching. Next video will be coming soon, more often than it's been. I know it's been like once a week, once every like 6 days, but we'll try to do a little bit more than that in the coming days. I'm playing a lot of tournaments, so I'm not really having that many practice days. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good day.